and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time seeing my face, I'm Deanna, and today I want to share with you 4 simple ways that I overcame the worst of bloating without any food logging or elimination diets, or ain't no one got time for that. So stay tuned, I'm going to tell you how I did it. So if you're watching this, you're probably dealing with bloating. Likelihood is very high. And I'm sorry, because it's just a pain in the ass and the gut, literally. So I know you all want to just get to the point, so I'm just gonna get to the point because God knows I hate watching YouTube videos and they talk forever and never get to the point. So we're gonna get to the point now. So if you look at the first photo, it is really the worst of how bad bloat can get. Like, I couldn't even suck my stomach in even if I tried. It was like a balloon from the inside. And it didn't matter what I ate, when I ate it. This was me at the end of every evening. It was so painful, it's not even funny. And this other picture is really just me months later, and I didn't work out, even though it could look like I just, went to the gym and did my thing, but I didn't. This is really just a matter of diet change without, like I said, food log and all of that elimination stuff. So the main things that I did was I eliminated all gluten, all dairy, and all grain. And this was actually really, really simple because I didn't eat a lot of it, but I would be that, once every 2-3 weeks. But the thing is, if you're that kind of person, it's like, oh, I just do it once in a while. Well, that once in a while, it can take your gut. For me, at the worst point of my bloating history, it would take my body up to 2 to 3 weeks to really get rid of all the bloating. And so if I, every 2 to 3 weeks, would add a little more on top, it never really went away and it just kind of builds up. And so if you're one of those people that think I'm just doing it once in a while, maybe wait with the once in a while until you actually get to the other side of having a healthier gut, which you will if you do this for a couple of months. I know that we're all different and this is what works for me, but I'm sure that you can find some variation of this that will help you in one way or another. So no gluten, no dairy, and no grains. As far as grains, I'm half Asian. I love my rice. Okay, I get it. But I would eat quinoa instead, and I learned to love quinoa a lot more than I did before. And buckwheat became my holy grail of everything else. So if you look at a lot of gluten-free flours, they have rice in them. And I just noticed that whenever I would even make my own gluten-free banana bread with gluten-free flour mix, the ones with grain in them just tend to make it a little off. And so buckwheat bread, again, everything that I'm going to talk about, you will find links to it in the description below. Buckwheat flour became my holy grail. You can swap it out 1-to-1 for everything. And so I use it for pancakes. That's pretty much the only thing I use flour for. So they're amazing. Gluten-free, grain-free, vegan bread. I have a recipe also below that is one of my absolute favorites. But if you can't or don't want to make that, this is the bread that I highly recommend. It's the best gluten-free, grain-free, and vegan bread that I have found. That it's also a little pricier, but gotta do what you gotta do if you want your gluten-free, grain-free, all the things free bread. So this is the absolute best that I have found. The other thing that I did was adding one supplement. I only took this one supplement, and I will say, if you are to ever only buy one supplement, let this one be it. I am not sponsored by them in any way. I just came about this product and I absolutely freaking love them. And so if I could only choose one for the rest of my life, this would be it. Now, I'm a big fan of medical medium and I love my celery juice and all of those things. And according to him, the liver is really one of the bigger issues, toxic liver at least, not a well-functioning liver, but most of us have toxic livers. And so synchronicity, spirit, that's what I'm about on this channel. And so that's really what led me to this supplement. And don't ask me how. Thank you. I was led to this supplement and it took care of my cravings. It kind of eliminated my hunger in a way as well. So, oh yeah, that was the thing. Not mood swings, but when we get to that point where we get hangry and it's like, feed me like 30 minutes ago, please. That kind of just dissipated and I wasn't dealing with that anymore. Whereas I was like, you better freaking have snacks on you all day, every day, or the hangry monster will come out. That completely went away. Completely. And again, I had no cravings for anything. It was like my blood sugar levels just kind of stabilized and everything was great. So this supplement, I cannot recommend it enough. Seriously, it is the best. So I added this supplement. And then as far as my eating protocol, so a normal day for me would look like my celery juice and an empty stomach in the morning. And then I would have a smoothie or liquids all the way up until 1 to 3. And I'm not about calorie restriction or counting calories or whatever. I eat till I'm full. And so my smoothies were loaded. Think like 3 bananas and just loads of greens and, maca, ashwagandha, all those powder stuff would be the only other supplement that I would take. I guess they classify as a supplement, but no other pills. And this would, I would pack them. Ginger especially. Ginger and turmeric wherever they would fit. And in most green smoothies, ginger just works. So lots of ginger. And I would do smoothies all the way up until 1 to 3. And then I would have probably avocado toast, however many it would take for me to feel full. And that was the bread that I would use at the time. And then snacks. I'm a big snacker. If this is not your first time here, you know that I'm a snacker. So I snack all day just within those guidelines. And then dinner would be some sort of anything within those guidelines. Lots of greens. I would do animal products, meats probably once a week, or if at all, maybe once a month. And that's just kind of how I go in phases. Sometimes I'll go 6 months without any kind of animal protein, and then all of a sudden I'm like, animal protein for a couple of months, and then I go on and off. And so I'm not about promoting one diet over another. You got to figure out what works for you. And one way doesn't fit all. And I will say meat once every month will go a long way. And so I don't really believe in the whole all or nothing. I think some people, this is not a matter of diet, okay? So this is about you figuring out what works for you. And so really those were the main things that I did. I gave my stomach, my digestion a break pretty much all morning, all afternoon-ish. I guess that would technically almost be noon, afternoon. And then a light snack. And when I say snack, lunch, avocado toast, pack it with greens, onions, sprouts, whatever your heart fancies on there. Avocado toast doesn't have to be boring. Avocado toast is life, okay? Give this video a thumbs up if you're one of those people, because I'm one of those people. And then again, dinner would be within those guidelines. And so that's really all I did. And my stomach just completely transformed in that time of eliminating all of those things until I got to a point where now I can do gluten. I do it once in a while, and I do grains because, again, I'm half Asian. I like my rice. And it's just mango sticky rice is also life. Yeah? And so I enjoy that. It's just a matter of figuring out your balance. But once we do it a lot, we kind of get to a place where it's like the gut just can't handle anymore. And then no matter what, you look like this by the end of the evening. At least this is me and this is how I looked. So not to project all my crap onto you, but I imagine you're watching this because you're dealing with bloat in some shape or form. And it really doesn't have to be that difficult. Again, I found out grains and oats specifically would bloat me. And I love my oats. If I could just eat oatmeal all day, every day, I would be happy. But I literally can't, and it's ridiculous. Now, tofu is another thing that I really, really enjoy. And soy I don't do well with either. It's just, I learned that sometimes we can eat whether it be a paleo diet or a vegan diet, but there might be several foods within that label that you've put yourself in that are still not good for you. And so for me, that was all of those things. I would eat tofu a lot at one point. I know soy is not, it's debatable, but I just really like it. And grains as well, like my brown rice bowls and my tofu scramble and then my oats. It was literally just a recipe for bloat and gas in unfathomable amounts. And that's just to say that you might think that you're doing things right because you're plant-based, you're vegan, or you're, whatever it might be. And there might be several things within that diet and that lifestyle that you've chosen that are actually not really beneficial for you. But I will say, guaranteed, if you eliminate dairy, gluten, and grains, then you are well off on a very, very good start without having to eliminate a shit ton of things that, it just gets difficult. Ain't no one got time for that, okay? Like, just life. And I'm personally that kind. If this is not your first time here, then I'm all about simplifying life in all the ways that we possibly can. And so this is definitely one of those ways. And I hope that some of these tips were really helpful. And if they were, please give this and if it was, please give this video a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe, because I make lots of videos on all the magical things between realms, and mostly how to master your inner and outer world. And this would be inner world in a say, but more so your outer world kind of magic. And so if you consider yourself an empath or a light worker or anything of that sort, remember to check out my free guided full moon meditation below. And also I do a online membership subscription where we dive into all the things magic, whether it be working with the moon, how to master your empathic abilities and overcome limitations, and removing energy blocks and all those fun things. So empath, light worker, spirituality, anything within that realm, make sure you check it out. Learn how to master your both inner and outer world, because it's straight up alchemy, and the better your body functions, the better everything else functions. And so this is the vessel, the conduit for divine spirit to work through you. And if your body is not fully working, then your mind is off, everything is off, and it becomes hard to think or do anything. And so I've been there. It just overtakes you. There's a reason why they say that the stomach, your gut, is your second brain, because when you have that gut feeling, well, if your gut is off, it can be kind of hard to tune into that. So just make sure you fix the gut, and I trust that these things are going to help you well on your way. And if you subscribe, stick around. I will see you in the next video for more magic.